this is Nancy, and welcome back to Nan's Next Knots. Today, I wanted to share with you 10 yarny things about me. I was tagged by Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And if you have not watched her, go over there and watch her because she's a real kick. So here we go. The first question is, what is your favorite color of yarn? My favorite colors are in the purples. Any shade of purple. I tend to draw more towards the redder shades of purple, like burgundy, deep wine colors. But I like all shades of purple and lavenders and lilacs. I love it all. I also like blues and yellows. So, the second question is, what is your favorite weight of yarn? I don't know that I really have a favorite. I really enjoy fingering and sports weight and DK, and I mainly use worsted, but that's because I'm on, a blanket kick, and that's probably all that you guys have really seen me do lately. So, but I do like the finer weights of yarn. Bulky? No, not so much. Every time I try to use bulky, it just doesn't really speak to me, and it doesn't like to be what I'm making. And what I'm making doesn't like to be made out of bulky, so I don't buy a bulky. I want a giveaway that was bulky and it's beautiful, but I have not been able to find something that works with me and works with the yarn. So I stay away from bulky. What is your favorite style of yarn? That's number 3. And my favorite style, I know there's lots of different styles, and I've used like a roving yarn and things like that. That's just mainly ended up being something to play around with. But I kind of like, some of your wools will come in a single strand. That means it's not like 8 threads wound together. It's one single. And I guess that's my favorite. I really like that. It really has fine stitch definition. So I'm not sure, mainly I've only really seen it in wools. So that might not be something that people really have used or seen. So that's number 4 now, is what is your favorite fiber of yarn? I'd have to say my favorite fiber is bamboo. Like 100% bamboo. I like the way it glides through your fingers. I love the drape on it. Second to that or next to that would be like a superwash merino. I know that because I'm doing blankets, I'm using acrylic, but acrylic really isn't my fave. Number 5, what's your favorite brand that you can get easily in your country? Because I like bamboo, my favorite place to get that is from Kristen Omdahl Yarns. And she's in Florida, and she's really fast. If you place an order with her, she's got it in the mail like the next day. And her stuff comes, you get it within 3 or 4 days. So she's really fast. She has fabulous colors. If you have not went to her website and checked out, and she has different fibers too. She's different combinations of fibers. She has a DK weight milk yarn, and that is fabulously soft. If you're making baby items, that you need to check that out. Also, I really like Malabrigo. That is like my favorite wool based. They have beautiful colors. That is also where you can get the yarn that's one fiber. That means one strand. Instead of, most of them are like 8, some of them are 4. That is made in Peru, but it's easily available to order from companies in the U.S. So, number 6 is, what is your favorite brand that isn't easy to get within your country? Well, I mentioned Malabrigo, but that's pretty easy to get. Also, there is a yarn company that I've found called Songbird Yarns. And her colors, she dyes her colors with a theme of songbirds. So songbirds are usually very beautiful colored, and they sing beautifully. She dyes her yarns after birds, the color of birds. Just beautiful. You should check her out. And it's wool, superwash wool, and sometimes I think some of them have a nylon base. She's got like 4 different bases of fibers. So check her out. She's in Canada. So when you order from her, not that she's slow, but it does take a while to get to you. Usually like within 10 days or so. So I guess that would be my favorite out of country. Okay, number 7, your favorite yarn store, brick and mortar. Really, I'm really kind of limited here. We have a Joann's and we have a Michael's. And of course we have a Walmart. All of them are very small. Our Joann's is really, really small. Michael's, you got like 2 sides of half an aisle. Joann's has got like 2.5 aisles here. Walmart's only got 1 little sheeny short aisle, and that's everything. Their threads, needles, hooks on one side and yarn on the other, and it's not a place to go to buy yarn to make blankets with, because at best, if you find a yarn that you want to use, they're only going to have like 3 skeins of it. So buying a quantity to make blankets out of is just out of the question. Kind of the same thing with Joann's. If you find a nice yarn there, you're only going to find about 6 skeins of it. One blanket in particular, I had to go there 3 different times. So I went there and bought what they had. I had to wait a couple weeks for it to be restocked. Went and bought again. And had to go the 3rd time to get enough to make a blanket. Then I made the blanket, and then when I laid it out to take a picture of it, it was, you could definitely see different yarn lots. Sometimes yarn lots, if they're different, you don't really notice a difference. And I didn't when I was crocheting it, but when I laid it out to take a picture, you could definitely see the difference. So I've been trying to order it online through other places to try to make sure that I got enough at one time. So, where are we? I have a Hobby Lobby, but that's like about an hour and a half away, and I only go there maybe like twice a year. So I can't really say Hobby Lobby's my favorite either. I go there and I'm just kind of amazed by the stuff, but I don't actually come out of there with a whole lot. So, then I have a local yarn store. It's called Naughty Lady Yarns. And if you go back in my videos, I used to get, they have a subscription, a monthly subscription, and I used to get their monthly subscription box. And I traded it to get Knit Crate. So, and now I'm kind of dwindling away on the Knit Crate. I'm just on pause. I didn't quit them because they're having such a hard time. I just kind of put it on pause. They haven't been getting the greatest yarn because they're having trouble getting their yarns. So, they have had fantastic yarns in the past. So I'm just kind of like waiting for that to for their options to get better. Okay. It says number 8 is, do you keep scrap yarn, and if so, what do you do with it? I was keeping it for a while, and it well, I guess I still am keeping it. I'm thinking one day that I'll make like a basket to put, like an open-ended basket to put in my yarn that I'm using, because I don't usually take my yarn anywhere. I just crochet at home, so it'd be nice to have the basket. I could put all the colors in that. Right now I use like a kitchen trash bag that I put it all in, like my luck of the draw. It's all in there, all 9 skeins of yarn, and just get it out of that. So it'd be nice to have a nice big colorful open basket one of these days. So I'm saving my scraps for that. And I used to keep all my little teeny pieces that I cut off, thinking that I might stuff an amigurumi or something, but me and amigurumi haven't connected so much yet. That's not me. I've done a couple little things. Number 9 is, what is your favorite thing to crochet or knit? I like to, this can be hard to believe because you guys watch me do blankets, and that's all worsted weight, you know, back and forth, back and forth. But my favorite is to crochet in the round. So I like to, I'll find a pattern, do the math so that I can do it in the round. And I guess my favorite thing to crochet is cowls. Even though I know you all see me do blankets, you would probably think that's my favorite thing. But I'm on a blanket kick, and the main reason for that is I wanted to make all my family a blanket. So one day when I'm not here, they'll all have a blanket from me. Or maybe 2. So I'm really enjoying that because I could crochet every day, and it lasts a long time. And the last question is, if you could crochet or knit one last thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and what yarn would you use? If I could only crochet one thing, I guess I would have to say cowls in the round. And what yarn would I use? I would use bamboo. Like I said, I use the Kristen Omdahl bamboo, 100%. It is the most drapiest. If you like fine yarn, check her out. Get a couple skeins of it. It's really pretty expensive, but it's well worth it. You can't beat the drape. Also, I didn't mention, but I also like Fiber Arts, Expression Fiber Arts yarn. That's wonderful yarn. Sometimes she has some pretty exquisite blends. I once got some camel fiber yarn from her, and that was very, very soft. And she has great colors also. Chandy has great colors also, and really nice patterns. I haven't done any yet, but one day I would like to. So now I would like to tag a couple people. So my first tag is Helene at Cabin Fever Crochet. I'm not sure if she will do this, but maybe she'll do it and have fun with it. I would also like to tag Sandy from Left is Right. I haven't heard that she's been tagged yet, so Sandy, I'm tagging you. And then also Karen from KB Fibers. Sometimes she watches my videos, so Karen, if you see this, tag, you're it. And then also Hannah from the Cozy Cottage. She probably doesn't watch my videos, and she probably would never know that she's tagged. And she just had a beautiful baby, and she's been taking some time off. So there you are. There's my 10 yarny things about me. We'll see you next time on Nan's Next Knots.